Good morning, YouTube family. So I'm coming on today because I have a message to share from Spirit. It came through again this morning at about 3:30. And when I wake up in the middle of the night, I run with it. Like I've said before, there's always a reason. So not only did I get the exact formula for the project that I'm working on, which I'm very thankful, I also got a message to share. And again, this is Juniper Bloom Mystique, Master Healer. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and I love everybody so much, and thank you to my family who are joining me again. And I do ask that you just like and subscribe and share the love, because there's a lot on this channel that's very, very important. So if you are new, please feel free to watch all the videos. That being said, what Spirit wanted me to talk about today, so I was writing down my stuff. It's what I do. Where did I write it? Anyways, I remember what they said. So, well, let me go backwards a little bit. I'll tell you a little bit about the workshop that we did yesterday. I want to kind of touch base on the new pyramids that I activated, because some of them I'd never heard of it before. Didn't even know there were pyramids there, and so there were some new ones yesterday when I opened up the Golden Gate portal. It was very real. Prometheus was there again and walked us through. The Pacific Ocean was in play. So the Earth has her own pyramid, and it's like deep, deep down in the Pacific Ocean. I'm like, this shirt kind of makes me look bigger. I know I've lost a lot of weight. Forgive me, that's where my focus is. Anywho, it's the camera, right? The Pacific Ocean was in play, big time. But then we had pyramids in Bolivia. There were 3 of them there. I cannot pronounce what they're called, Tiwanaku. Of course, we went to Thailand again, Peru, Brazil. So there were some that we went to before, Myanmar. But then we went to Kenya. There was one in the water there. We went to Nicaragua and Bolivia. So those were the new places. Kenya, Nicaragua, and Bolivia. Bolivia is apparently by Lake Titicaca, which is now the Earth's new root chakra. And I will tell you that Prometheus lightning struck Mount Shasta. What that means, I don't know. It all remains to be seen. I will not tell you exactly what that's going to do in the physical because they don't tell you. But I will tell you that it was very powerful. And the numbers that were of significance were 8888 and 99999. Okay. So for whatever reason, they wanted me to share those with you. That is some of the things that went on in my workshop yesterday for opening up the Golden Gate portal. So you may see things of relevance. Also, Atlantis was in play, and Rising Atlantis. And then they said that you will see things in the physical. Okay? So that was a piece of the workshops yesterday. If you are interested in seeing any of those, experiencing any of those, you can still get the full benefit. If you purchase now, that's up to you. But they are available if you wish to take part. We did the blue flame, the violet flame, and then the Golden Gate portal. They were big, and they affected my physical vessel this whole entire week, and I'm sure those were in the workshop as well, in a very positive and enlightening and strengthening way. Which brings me into the message of today. So the message I got for today for the collective had to do with, and you know, some people might take this the wrong way, but again, that kind of goes with the message, was the Last Supper. That's what Spirit was showing me, was the Last Supper. And they wanted to know. They were curious as to what you're bringing to the table. So let's say if this was Judgment Day, like people talk about, which I have discussed what that is if you watch my channel. It's based on karma. You reap what you sow. Okay, and so the question is, what are you bringing to the table? If this was the Last Supper, what are you coming to the table with? Are you serving poison? Are you serving your best meal you could possibly serve with what you have? Are you serving judgment? Are you serving fear? Woe is me, like the feel sorry for myself status. What is it that you're bringing to the table, and what are you serving at this Last Supper? And that's what the message was that came through. Spirit really wants to know, because these times are very real, and a lot of people have not taken them for what they're worth. Some people have, some people haven't. And Spirit wants to know, you know, what are you bringing to the table for the Last Supper? If this was the Last Supper, what would you be bringing right now? Woe is me, fear, You know, people come to me with things that they've done with mistakes. And when I teach them how to deal with karma, they don't like it. It's not hard to clear karma. You guys, it really isn't. It's about willing to say, look what I've done, and I'm going to make this right. I'm going to pour love into the owie that I created. That's how you clear karma. I've had so many people call me this last year to say, hey, I'm sorry. And I would cry, and then all of a sudden it would like release, and it would be great, you know, and we could be friends, except for they weren't meant to be in my life still. And so that's that. That's how you clear karma. I've had multiple people call me over these last 2 years to do that, like just out of the blue, randomly clearing karma. That's all it takes. You know, I've told people before, hey, if you've made a mistake, you got to own it, and you got to say, I'm sorry, and you got to be willing to take consequences, but also willing to fill it with love and light. And that's how you make everything right, okay? Spirit's also asking for... So, how do I say this? Spirit's asking that, like basically, and I'm like, I can't do this, right? Like I cannot bring value to the divine masculine now. It's on my twin flame's hands. He's the only one who can bring the value to the divine masculine now. I can't do it anymore. And so that's kind of part of the message as well. It's like, what are you willing to bring to the table? I'm the divine feminine. I cannot continue to bring balance for the divine masculine because it keeps throwing the feminines out of balance. I'm trying to be in balance so I don't get evicted. Like, seriously. Spirit has put me on my path because I'm a leader. I was never supposed to deviate. But, you know, my balance is of most importance right now. And so I hear Spirit saying there needs to be value brought to the divine masculine. And I'm like, I can't do it. It is totally on my twin flame now. And that's also with everything. It's like, we all make mistakes in life. All of us. I've made plenty. I've made some in my twin flame journey. Way back when, a year ago. You know, we all make mistakes. Period. It's simple. Whoops. I did that. Shit. Let me correct that. How simple is that? Look what I did. I'm so sorry. This is why I did it. Can I please fix it? Generally speaking, when you can say that, you're not going to make the same mistake again because you're seeing it, right? If you are placing judgment in how people are going to react, what good does that do? So what are you bringing to your Last Supper? That's what Spirit wanted to know. Let's say these times are the Last Supper. Why that's significant, I don't know, but that's what I keep seeing is like the Last Supper. And that's what Spirit keeps showing me. Again, I don't deal with the Bible. I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. I'm a mystic. Okay, I'm a master healer. I'm an ascension master. I believe in God. I talk to God all the time. Matter of fact, I went into hypnosis, and that was the first one I went to, and the person that hypnotized me freaked out and sold everything he had and said that's not normal. So I'm not normal. But I do believe in God, and I do believe in spirituality. I had a massive Kundalini awakening, you know, but I don't believe in the Bible because some of the Bible was changed, okay? So the significance of the Last Supper, I don't hold a lot of clout in that other than the fact that the world is changing and we are being judged as far as where our heart is and where it lies with the decisions we've made. And so what are you bringing to the Last Supper? Are you bringing judgment? Are you bringing fear? Are you bringing strength? Are you bringing poise? Are you bringing honesty? Are you bringing love? Are you bringing change? Or are you bringing the same old things that this world is falling apart from? And that's what Spirit wants to know. It's in all of us. It's like, are you bringing excitement for, you know what, this is hard, but I'm going to bring my A game. Like, that's what I'm having to deal with. This is super hard, but I've got to bring my A game every day. I'm fully stepping into who I am, you know, and Spirit's also like, you know, everything's within you. Everything you need is within you. But are you strong enough to bring your A game? Are you strong enough to bring the honesty? Are you strong enough to bring the strength? Are you strong enough to bring balance back to the collective, even if you're not the divine masculine? Are you strong enough to bring balance back into your own world? Are you strong enough to look at where you're out of balance, to even understand what balance is? What are you bringing to the table for the Last Supper? That's the message today. It is meant to be motivating, not harsh. Like, I've had to take a look at, you know what, I was not aligned with where I was supposed to be. And I can go, woe is me, I quit. everything, I'm being punished, blah, 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 blah. I made a mistake. I don't want to own up to it. No. It's like, oops. I just wanted to be normal. Oops, I fell off the train for a minute. Let me get right back on. And it may be hard. And it may be super hard. And I'm like, oh, well, breathe it through. Bring it. Be stronger. Okay? But I'm also the one who did 4 years of high school and 2 because they told me I couldn't. And so it's like, what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? That's what Spirit wants to know. If we make mistakes, it's as simple as owning up to it and filling it with love. Yeah, that's basically the part of the message they wanted to bring. So with that, I will pull a couple cards also because I do enjoy doing that. And then I'm going to get to creating my course that I've been creating. And then tomorrow in Patreon, we are doing the trauma releasing in a major, major way. And we'll probably do that around 3:33 again, and I will post a Zoom link in there today for those that wish to join me. Let's see what the cards have to say. So again, I cannot bring balance to the divine masculine. I've tried and tried to the point where it brought me out of balance. I gave so much love to that space and I've gotten none in return. But Spirit is asking for a balance in the divine masculine. And I can keep saying, hey, love your divine masculine counterpart. We got to do that, right? We've got to try to still bring balance to the divine masculine. I'm not exactly sure how anymore at this point because I've extended myself so much. It really, truly needs to come from the divine masculine. And that's also what Spirit is saying. It's like, what part are you bringing to the table, right? What are we bringing to the table? Divination, prophecy, fate, destiny, future, and fortune. Are you willing to stand in who you are to create the changes that are necessary? Hear no evil, speak no evil. I am beautiful. I am strong. Oop, I made a mistake. It's like when I start a new job, everybody's like, oh, I made a mistake. And I'm like, cool, I made a mistake. It's expected. It's my first day. No biggie, right? Learn from that. It's like, learn from it. Oops, let me do that the right way. And I'll tell people, oh, look what I did. And then I'll be like, look here, I did it right. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as saying, oops, I'm out of balance here, right? I haven't given any attention to this area. Oops, I haven't done this yet. I haven't done that yet. It really is more simple than what we make it. I think what this is saying is that most of us don't stand in our own power, our own intentions. See no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. I am beautiful, I am worthy, I am powerful, I am strong, and I made a simple mistake. And maybe it wasn't a simple mistake, but the fact of the matter is I can say, oh shit, look what I did, right? It's just what it is. Like even as a mom, I'm a single mom and I've gone through a lot and I make mistakes all the time. And I will literally look at my kids and go, I'm so sorry I did this. This is not what I should have done. This is what I should have done. Because they're human beings. And it's like, hey, we all make mistakes. And then they can see, hey, we all make mistakes. This is how we correct them. Right? That's balance. And that's not to say that some days we're more tired than others. And some days we need to do a little more than others. That's all right too. Okay, but balance is the key right now. And what are you bringing to the table? That's what's good. I keep seeing the Last Supper. Except for, I feel like there's depictions that were inaccurate in all of that. So again, be mindful of that. But what are you bringing to the table with the Last Supper? That's what I keep hearing. Like these are changing times. Is it the end of days? No. So is it the Last Supper? It might be for some. Okay. What are you bringing to the table? Soul cage. Are you trapped still? Are you letting people restrict you still? I used to always pull this from my divine masculine. See, that's what I mean. It's like, how do I keep bringing balance to that? That needs to be brought from them. What are they bringing to the table? Woe is me. Are they allowing people to take over their soul, dim their light? Are you doing that? Are you dimming your own light? Are you keeping yourself trapped in fear, judgment? Or are you willing to shine light where it needs to go, right? That's how we create balance. Wave of power, a surge of power, upswing in energy, exhilarating movement. That's what that does also. When you clear karma, dude, you get so much power. Like when you make things right and you bring balance where they belong, oh, it's awesome. Manipulation of nature, forcing change, cruelty in the pursuit of knowledge, and arrogance. Okay, another one I would pull with my twin flame a lot. It's like when you surround yourself with dark energies, they do things to bring you down. It's like they do things to take your light and bring in the darkness. Okay, manipulation of nature, forcing change. Then we have the yearning card. This is very interesting. This is what I've been feeling, yet I'm still very alone. And so there's still a major imbalance, right? Longing for someone, undesired separation, and pining. I'm not supposed to be alone. And I feel that. I feel that in every way, every day, right? With what happened. And I'm like, I can't be with anybody else, so I guess I have to accept being alone and homeless. It's what it is. And that's okay. And so if I'm having to stand in strength and all of that and say, you know what, I owned my mistake. And I tried to shove so much love into it to where I'm out of balance now. The divine masculine needs to step up and shine love where it needs to go. Okay. Bring light back into the darkness. Stand in your power. Allow that power to surge through you. And that's where this abundance is. Spirit keeps telling me that he would have had gifts, like so many gifts and so much abundance coming his way, and healing and magic. Like, why wouldn't you want that? Because you're allowing people to put you in a soul cage. If we allow fear to do that to us, we can allow judgment to do that to us. It puts us in a soul cage. Like, these are very real. It's very true. And the only way to bring balance back to that is shining light, being yourself, allowing yourself to be you, even if it's different. Allowing yourself to go, what, you know what? I'm beautiful. I'm human, having a human experience anyways. Spiritual being having a human experience. We make mistakes. For future and fortune, destiny. I'm going to bring light into this. I'm going to bring love into this. And I'm going to be like, oops, I did this. I'm going to just keep putting love into it. Keep making it right. Right? Put those that need to be put where they need to be put. There's still a major imbalance. The future of Aphrodite, temple, birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. See, the goddess should have been treated as sacred, and it wasn't in my situation. It was pretty much almost killed. And so there's a major imbalance. We need the return of that balance, and this is exactly what that is telling me. 13. We definitely need the return of that balance. Let's see what these ones says. Wilderness, electricity, more about balance and power. Here we go. Bravery, oceans. I love this card. I've never pulled this card. It's about being brave and about bringing balance. I can't express that enough. Being brave and bringing balance and doing what you need to do to make the balance right? It really truly is. It's look at the earth and the ocean. You guys, from the message and from the workshop thing and falling in love. It's all about that again. Shining light, bringing balance, and falling in love. It's loving that divine. Oh my gosh, you guys, I cannot make these up. Time for the balance. And the more they are not willing to stand in the balance, the more karma comes their way. That's also what I'm hearing, right? When you're out of balance, you create karma on a daily. And karma is not always fun. And so what are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Strength and agility, willing to move through these strange times we don't understand. Willing to say, look what I've done, look where I'm out of balance, look where I'm focusing. So if I'm focusing on woe is me all the time, is that in balance? If I'm focusing on, oh, look what I've done, is that in balance? Am I focusing on, look at them, look what they do, ha ha ha? That's not in balance. All of this is purposeful, okay? There's definite imbalance and a lot of darkness still. with the divine masculine, and I see it across the board. And if I keep trying to bring balance to it myself, it keeps throwing me out of balance. That's not my job. I shined light into what I did wrong, and that's the best I can do. And then I kept doing more. And now it's time for the balance to be returned elsewhere. Like, I cannot do any more that is not my part, right? But I'm still going to keep doing myself. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to make sure that I'm bringing my A game to the Last Supper. Even my beauty now, right? Like, notice that? Like, I'm bringing my A game to the Last Supper. I'm strong. I'm powerful. I'm feminine. Hear me roar. I'm really good at everything I do. I can't reiterate that enough. And if I'm not, I will make sure I do better next time. That's just the way it is, right? I'm okay with making mistakes, because what are mistakes? A chance to learn and a chance to grow strong in strength and love. And this is for everybody. I don't even think my twin flame watches these anymore, so no worries with that. But and if he does, that's great. We need balance in the divine masculine, please. Right? Like, I can't reiterate that enough. I really can't, and that's a lot of weight to keep putting on my shoulders. And I just can't do it. And that's speaking my truth. Okay, because I'm yearning, I'm lonely, I'm lost without my twin flame. And that's where I am. I wake up sad. I'm like, he doesn't love me still. Okay, so Spirit, if he's not coming back, like, I don't even know where I'm going. Like, my whole world changed. And with that, I'm still going to bring a lot of power. There we go. Honor the masculine. How do we honor the masculine? How do we honor the masculine? The masculine can honor the masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. Okay? I, again, love my twin flame, but I'm just me. I have put so much love into that. I threw myself out of balance. And I would love for the divine masculine to step up and be like, I am making this right. I am shining love in this. I am man, and hear me roar. And I feel like that's kind of what we need right now. And I can keep telling all the feminines to keep shining a lot of love into their counterpart, because that's all we can do. What else do we do? Honor the divine masculine. Whose responsibility is that? Whose responsibility is that? That's how I feel like. What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Right? What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Are you making the balance right? Are you bringing in that power? Because there's strength in him he's not allowing out. And I feel that across the board. And I was seeing this other twin flame thing, and it's like, oh, I'm not contacting you because of all the pain I caused. Just like, wait, what? This is ridiculous. Like, come on. Like, what are you bringing to the Last Supper? You know, all these divine masculines can't come together, and feminines, and it's bothering me. And it's time for it to shift. It's time for that balance to be brought back. And I can keep saying, you know, he's amazing, he's amazing. But until he steps up, are people really believing that anymore? It's like, it's time for the masculine to bring back balance, to get out of his soul cage, to honor the divine feminine, to be brave and transverse these strange waters, to protect the divine feminine and raise her up like the beauty and the queen that she is. The rightful one, not a fallen angel. Right? Bring power into this. Like, look what I'm like. Could you imagine if my twin flame stepped into that and he's like, look at this, and I'm going to love this, and I'm going to make this right, and everybody else can be where they need to be because they're the ones that hurt us, hurt the ascension. Everything would be right. Everything. There would be so much power and so much love and so much poise and so much grace. Everything would be right. Right? But if the feminine is the only one holding all of this, that is not in balance. It's not. We all make mistakes. And it's okay to say, hey, I'm going to clear my karma on this one. I'm going to take back my power. This is allowing somebody else to take your power. to take your light, which is what happened in my twin flame journey. They tried to kill me in the ascension. It's very real. And apparently his heart never matched. But where's the balance? Where's the love? So Spirit's asking all of you, what are you bringing to the table? Are you treating the divine feminine with love and poise and grace and honor? Just like I'm willing to do to the masculine. Like I've told you guys over and over, I see his heart. I know who he is. But I still feel like empty. Like, wait, I'm seeing things, I'm hearing things because he's left. He's not here and now I'm having to move. And I will be left like this. It is time to make equal. It is time to make equal. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Because this is it. Judgment Day. Things are not easy, and they're not going to continue to be easy for everybody. All right, and then once we make equal, there will always be that wave of power that, now I'm enlightened, now I'm ready to take on the world. And the healing that would happen for the divine feminines, because honestly, I feel like the balance is that. I feel like there's a major imbalance now in love, huge, and it has to be fixed. And I've been expressing this for a while, but Spirit's like, what are each one of you bringing to the table? Are we bringing judgment? Are we bringing fear? Are we bringing sorrow? Are we bringing woe is me? Or are we showing how strong and beautiful that masculine really is? And the feminine alike. And the feminine alike. Okay. Honor the masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine. They're beautiful, but it's definitely an imbalance. Okay? Definitely an imbalance. Rescue, escape from captivity and restriction. Literally, my twin flame has been in captive. He's been in captivity. Is he breaking free? Is he going to start honoring the masculine? Because it's on his plate now, not mine. I've done so much, I was out of balance. And I'm still giving love, and it's not being returned. I still say here every day, I love you, come home. We were created together. We will always be together. We're together now. I can't be with anybody else. It's not as simple as that. I'm supposed to ascend with this person. My kids are affected. I'm affected. And yet I'm the one sitting here yearning for him and trying to bring balance into that. And so I know what I'm bringing to the Last Supper. I'm bringing strength. I'm bringing truth. I'm bringing poise. I'm bringing grace. And I would love to give you a story of miracles and how much my divine masculine brought love and made it right. And how the twin flames are now coming together. And how strong that masculine is. How he put everything in its right place. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? Trapped or free? Honor or giving in, giving up? Are you willing to say, I'm beautiful, I'm strong, and I'm going to make everything right? I am a divine being who made mistakes. We all make mistakes. I make mistakes every day. Every day I make mistakes. People judge every day. And I'm trying to love all of that, right? Like, I see why you judge me. I see why you judge them. And I love you regardless. Because I still am telling you guys, the divine masculine, my twin flame, is a beautiful soul. Why he doesn't love me, I don't know. Why he hasn't come and saved me, I don't know. And I just want to cry. So how am I supposed to say, hey, let's keep shining love into the masculine? Because it's a little imbalanced. Because I've never gotten love back, right? The divine feminine has never gotten love back. So it's super important to kiss the divine in another, in yourself. Like, I'm not just doing this for me. I'm going to bring love where it needs to go. And I'm going to honor the masculine in me. Respecting men. This is needed. This is needed big time. It is definitely needed. So if any of you feel like you are out of balance in that, super, super important to step up into that. Spirit wants to know what you're bringing to the table. Are you being brave? Are you riding that earth on the water? Like, this is significant, you guys, especially if you've done my workshops. Like, I can't reiterate how significant this image is. This is a very significant image. It's beautiful. I love this card. And it's number 30. Bravery. Oceans. The oceans are powerful. There's powerful movement. They can either cleanse you or break you. Okay? They can even make you or take you. What are you going to let the ocean do? Are you going to balance and be willing to make the necessary changes of movement through these ascension periods, or what people are calling Judgment Day? There is a lot of prophecies about what's going on. It is biblical, even though some of the Bible is not accurate, so be mindful. Anything made out of fear is not necessarily so. Okay? Judgment comes from what's in your heart, regardless of the actions you have taken. Okay? And God would be the first one to say, psh, we all make mistakes. It's okay. That's what we're supposed to learn from and shine more light and love into. Right? I can't even talk to my twin flame, but all I can tell you guys is the divine masculine deserves love. We are supposed to rise them up, honor the masculine, respecting men, embracing the masculine divine, which is hard for me because I've given so much and gotten none in return. And so I feel out of balance with that, big time. And not only that, my worry now is, how am I going to be okay? Because here it is the 10th and I don't know where I'm going. And so I'm creating balance within my own world, but I'm asking everybody, including any men out there who are willing to hear this, to honor the masculine, to respect men, embracing the masculine divine. We need to bring more of that into play. And so any feminines that you can love them. Love them hardcore. The right ones, please. The divine ones. The ones of the light. Deserve that love back. Even if I don't get it, we've got to restore the balance. And we've got to show how important the men are. We've got to show how powerful they are and how much they nurture and love the divine feminine. Because it is way out of balance. The divine feminine is not getting any across the board for every divine masculine. And it's sad. And it's got to stop. And I'm getting chills all the way up my left side. So which divine masculine is willing to step up and willing to bring back the love that is needed? To say, you know what, I'm going to fill this space with so much love and honor my queen. Honor my soulmate. Honor the love of my life. Even if I was shrouded, that's okay. That's not his fault, right? But when is the counterpart going to happen? And so Spirit's saying, what are you bringing to the table? Each one of us. What are you bringing to the table? Are you out of balance somewhere? Are you, and I'm getting chills again, are you stuck in woe is me mode? Look what I've done. Like, we have shame, right? Shame, they're saying shame is where you don't want to show your face. That creates that's judgment of self. That is judgment of self. And that's telling people, hey, it's not okay to make a mistake. Can you fix camera? That's what that is. It's saying, hey, it's not okay to make a mistake. Now I'm going to hide my face. That's not how we fix them. And that's how we create more karma. And it's just a simple mistake. You know, God says there's always room to correct them. There's always room to fill it with love and love and love and love until the day there isn't. Because these things are moving fast. And we really need to restore this because the twin flames are suffering across the board and I don't know what's coming, and we were supposed to be in protection and love, and there's a major imbalance. To the point where I just want to cry today. And I can continue loving myself. I think I'm amazing. but it's not helping. It's not bringing the balance. And so I can continue yearning. I can continue trying to be telepathic with him and say, I love you, come home. I can keep trying to do this other thing of we were created together, we're meant to be together, we're always together, we're together now. And every day he doesn't come home, I feel more empty and more alone and more worried, and now I have to move. And I don't even know where I'm going. Like, I don't even have help. And so with that, it's really hard for me to be like, hey, can we please flood love into the divine masculine? But I still am. I'm still asking everybody to do that, and I'm asking any male that watches my videos to please step up and please honor a divine feminine in your life. Honor the right one, they're saying. The real love, not shrouded love, not conditional love, not fallen angels, not people who truly want to hurt you, but the ones who've truly loved you, even if it creates a situation where you're vulnerable. Okay? What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Are you bringing love and truth? Or are you letting people keep you trapped and in darkness? Because it's time to make equal. It is time to make equal. It is time to bring in that power and that love. Because Spirit keeps telling me Spirit keeps telling me he's supposed to come back to me, and when he does, I'll have so much power because I have a gift to give him. It's still the same thing. And it's holding me back financially, it's holding me back spiritually. And I'm like, how do I transverse that and still be in my electricity, right? So I still keep loving the divine in me that is him. But there's an imbalance, okay? There is a true imbalance. And it's super important to be brave, to honor the masculine in yourself, okay? Any male that watches this, please find that feminine, the divine feminine, and shine so much love into them. Shine so much understanding, because it is a major imbalance, okay? It's time for the balance to be made right. It is time for the balance to be made right. Even if mine can't love me, something has to fix. Okay? Be brave. This one, you guys, I can't reiterate how important this one was. You guys, any of you who've watched my workshop, take a look at this card. It reminds me, 1010, that's about major releasing. It reminds me of exactly what I was seeing at the Pacific Ocean yesterday. Because the water, it did this vortex thing, and it circled all the way down to the ocean floor. And then it cracked in order to let more energy through. And this was I think near Fiji, by the Pacific Ocean, if I'm right, Australia. And underneath it, it's in the core, there was a hidden pyramid. The earth has her own pyramid. That's all I can tell you. And this water was and I lifted up this pyramid and I rotated it a half a turn and then anchored it in. And all the water was whoosh, whoosh. It was crazy. And that's kind of what this is reminding me of. I'm it's be brave, ride that wave, because the change in tides are coming. And that was also in my message yesterday, is the change in tides are coming. Water is used to cleanse and purify, or it can take away and destroy. It does whatever it needs to do, right? Undesired separation and pining. That's how I feel, and my soul's empty. So we really need to shine love and balance. I am beautiful. I am lovable. I am worthy of that love. I'm worthy of feeling that love to the umpteenth degree. Okay? And I would like for all masculines to see where they're not giving love to their divine feminine counterpart. Okay? Even if you don't think you're a twin flame, there is still somebody in your life that deserves more love than maybe what we've recognized. Even maybe the feminine in yourself. Okay? And if you've made mistakes, the best thing to do is say, whoops, try it. Be like, oh man, I'm sorry I forgot your birthday. Or, oh man, I didn't get you this. Or, oh man, I just to tell you I love you more often. And watch what happens. You're going to see that. And I just got chills going all the way up my side. Oh man, I made a mistake and I let people hurt me and I let people hurt you. And I'm going to be right here saying, this is what I should have been doing. This is the person who deserves love, and how dare you hurt her? I'm going to protect her, and I'm going to house her, and I'm going to comfort her, and I'm going to give her the strength that I always should have given her. That's the balance we need. That's the balance we need. So if any masculine can hear this, what feminine can you give that to? That's a real one. And usually they're the ones who make you feel vulnerable, right? They're not the ones who provide conditional love. But we need to make equal. Okay? So what are you bringing to the Last Supper? Are you bringing balance to it or imbalance? Are you bringing negative words or positive ones? Is it of the divine? I'm beautiful. We are all beautiful. We are all spiritual beings in our human physical self, making mistakes to learn. And now I'm going to make it right. What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Are you trapped? Are you being controlled? Or are you loving the feminine and loving the masculine? There's no joke that both of these are in there. Okay? There's loving the masculine and loving the feminine. You guys, that's what these are. Birth of the goddess, guidance, goddess energy, treating as sacred. The goddess should be treated as sacred, just as much as the masculine should be loved. I've been doing that for a good few months all by myself. I mean, not that these feminines that watch my channel aren't. It's just not being returned. So we're supposed to honor the feminine just as much as we honor the masculine. So I'd give anything for my twin flame to do that, to help me. I'm not supposed to be alone. And I feel like if I ask for help, he'll never show up. That's an imbalance. Okay? So, because that's always what's happened. It's like I'm not supposed to sit here and say, I need him to come home. I need him now. That way I can stand in my power and I can make lots of money and I can heal him so I can heal others in a new way. We need balance. You guys, what are you bringing to the Last Supper? Are you bringing bravery, love, honesty, and truth, support? Whoops, look what I did. I'm going to fix it because that's all we can do. Okay? That's what we do. But if we keep going without doing that, what do you think that does? Creates more of an imbalance, more heartache, more sorrow, yearning. I can't tell you enough how empty I feel every day he's not here. And every day he doesn't come, I'm like, he's never going to come. Spirit keeps telling me he's going to come. I'm supposed to be in severe balance. And I feel empty. There's emptiness from the masculine to the feminine. And the more I see these masculines going up, I don't want to come back because I'm afraid of all the pain I caused you. What does that do? It causes more pain. That makes them feel less worthy. Right now, the divine feminines feel not worthy. And I don't like it. I don't like it. And I'm used to feeling that, but it's not quite right. These two are my favorite cards. What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the Last Supper? I know what I'm bringing. I'm bringing my beautiful, strong self. And I'm willing to say, whoops, look what I did here. Whoops, look what I did there. But now guess what? I'm one badass biatch. Don't judge me because I don't judge you. I can't judge. You can't judge when you're a master healer. There's no judgments to be had. Because I know we all make mistakes. I know why we make mistakes. That's the thing. If you're going, oh, look what I did, woe is me, you're creating more pain. It's okay if we make mistakes. It's the fact of fixing it that counts. It's the fact of shining light into it that counts. So we definitely need balance with the masculine and the feminine. Can we all please pray for that? I don't know what else to do. I keep trying to show so much love into the masculine. I'm so out of balance because I've never gotten any in return. And so any masculines who watch this, if there's a divine feminine in your life that maybe you feel like you are a little bit out of balance with, shine so much love. Tell them how worthy they are. Protect them. That's all they ever want is protection and love. And I'll tell you that from a feminine standpoint. All we ever want is to be seen, protected and loved and cherished. Right? And when you can do that, then the right woman can provide a beautiful home of magic and so much more. Okay? The real divine feminine can't make heaven out of hell, but will gladly make heaven out of love. Will provide you with everything you need if you're doing the same. Okay? So let's bring balance. The divine masculine needs to honor themselves and needs to honor the feminine at this point. And the collective whole needs to wonder, what are you bringing to the Last Supper? Because that's what Spirit keeps telling me. What are you bringing to the Last Supper? Do you know? It's time to take a check on that. Are we in balance? That'll help. Okay? So much love to all of you. This is meant to be a motivational video. We need the balance. Until next time.